Computer, priority 1 emergency. Select the best mask agents for this mission.
Personnel selected. Michael Mercy, 80s nostalgia expert, collection code name, 80s toy museum.
So like if Iron Man 2 was the first Iron Man and we were like, we're building everything off of this, I don't even think the MCU would be what it is today if Iron Man 1 was actually Iron Man 2.
Hello, agents of m.a.s.k. Welcome to the toy history where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Well, gentlemen, let's move it.
It's the mighty and powerful History of Kenner's 1985 edition. Kenner was the king of the toy aisles in the late 70s and early 80s thanks to the success of the original Star Wars trilogy. But with the conclusion of the saga in 1983, the galaxy far, far away was winding down while Hasbro was gearing up. Their G.I. Joe revival in '82 was growing in popularity every year, and the introduction of Transformers in 1984 to the North American market signaled a new toy king of the realm. Kenner needed some new agents.
Recommended course of action, assemble m.a.s.k.
So capitalizing on the popularity of both of Hasbro's hit brands, they combined the two concepts into one.
I hope the reports were good.
Good enough to last until 1988. The toy line consisted of vehicles with posable figures as the drivers or pilots, like G.I. Joe, but the vehicles could transform like Autobots and Decepticons. Not into robots, that would be too blatant, but into battle modes. Like Transformers, they were more than meets the eye. Disguised as everyday vehicles, they secretly held lasers, bombs, and missiles. And of course, the ultimate weapon.
As always, secrecy is of the highest priority.
Illusion. The transformations were quick and exciting, often triggered by spring-loaded action. There was no having to futz with it in Rubik's Cube fashion for several seconds to complete these transformations. One touch of a button and these masked crusaders were ready to work overtime, fighting crime, fighting crime. Each driver or pilot included a mask that had a unique power, with the exception of Spectrum, which seemed to have infinite powers. The initial run has the more rare short masks, which look more like the ones on the show. They were elongated in later production runs to be less of a choking hazard, for kids who preferred to eat their toys and play with their food instead of the other way around.
Yummy and slimy, Tommy!
10 different mask items were released in the line's initial year. 8 vehicles, 1 playset, and a T-Bob, who mask fans will surely agree is in a class all to himself.
I hate this game. I quit.
The agents of m.a.s.k, which stood for Mobile Armored Strike Command, with a K. Kenner loved changing those C's to K's.
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos!
Outnumbered the bad guys in the initial year, which was usually the case for new toy lines in the 80s, with 5 vehicles to 3. Leading the charge for m.a.s.k was the billionaire philanthropist.
My name is Trakker. Matt Trakker.
Not content to simply put his money into law enforcement and the military, Trakker took a more hands-on approach to battling the forces of evil.
My interests lie in rather unusual situations.
He drove Thunderhawk, a Chevy Camaro Z28. With the push of a button on the roof, the doors would pop open in gull-wing style, and a thruster would be revealed in the back. Allowing Thunderhawk to take off and provide aerial cover to the agents on the ground.
I'm going to take a bird's eye view. Bye-bye, birdie.
It was armed with a pair of lasers that could be pulled out of each door, as well as a pair of stun bombs that could be dropped from the undercarriage of the vehicle by pushing on the engines. Thunderhawk included a figure of the leader of m.a.s.k, Matt Trakker, with 2 Ks, because Kenner loved those Ks. Although they weren't used on the animated series, the agents of m.a.s.k and VENOM did have code names. Trakker's code name was Hunter.
Works for me.
The first of many versions of Trakker. This one included the Spectrum mask. Surprised it wasn't spelled Spectrum with a K. The mask with such supervision.
Spectrum's got such supervision.
Spectrum could be used not only to enhance visuals,
Spectrum, scan all frequencies,
but also control or create light. as well as fire lasers,
Spectrum on.
or allow Matt to glide.
Spectrum hang glider on.
Or an infinite number of other powers for some reason. It's basically if Rey from The Force Awakens was a mask. It can do anything Trakker wants at any given moment. It's a masky Sue. It could probably put fillings in teeth and predict horse race winners too.
It's incredible.
Alright, here's a little known fact.
It's made out of bees' knees and cats' meows. As brilliant as Matt Trakker was, and as powerful as Spectrum was, he couldn't take on Venom all by himself. Would Miles Mayhem accomplish what Cobra Commander, Megatron, and Metlar all failed to do and rule the world?
Not if I can help it. Give me the best agents for this mission.
Dusty, Hayes, Auto and Marine Stunt Driver, vehicle codename Gator.
Next was Gator, the Jeep CJ7 Renegade. Thunderhawk had the air covered, and Gator made sure that the waterways were safe with its hidden speedboat. It was equipped with a depth charge, a roll bar laser,
Hit him with the electric ouch!
and another laser mounted on the front of the boat.
I said freeze! You all stay cool now, you hear?
Included with Gator was Dusty Hayes, the pizza cook. Codename Powder Keg. In addition to their vehicles having secret identities, the M.a.s.k agents did as well, posing as everyday mild-mannered citizens until being called into action by Trakker. Dusty was equipped with the Backlash Mask, a defensive mask capable of repelling enemy attacks, or blasting through walls.
Backlash, fire! That was closer than a nearsighted gopher to a turnip patch.
Orange was a rare color for vehicles in that era, but M.a.s.k got its second orange ride that same debut year with Firecracker, the pickup truck. When springing into attack mode, the body of the truck would elevate, and a pair of cannons would emerge from the grille.
Let's slow this fella down.
A pair of rear-mounted freeze cannons would also be revealed on the chassis. Even the spare tire was dangerous. The shredder could reveal hidden blades.
Shredder, do your stuff.
Turtles.
How's that for a switch? A tire that stabs you. Firecracker included a motorcycle which could be mounted on the back.
Hondo McLean, weapons specialist, tactical strategist, vehicle codename Firecracker.
And the driver, Hondo McLean, the history teacher. Codename Striker. He was equipped with a blaster mask, which fired laser blasts, no doubt inspired by the optic blasts of Cyclops from X-Men.
Blaster, fire.
Brad Turner, motorcycle and helicopter pilot, vehicle codename Condor.
Condor was the smallest M.a.s.k vehicle that year, a motorcycle that transformed into a helicopter.
I'm gonna play this game from the air, Hondo. Condor, fly!
It was equipped with an antimatter beam and dual landing lasers. Its rider/pilot was the rock star Brad Turner, codename Chopper. He wore the Hocus Pocus mask, which was capable of creating holograms.
Hocus Pocus mask, fire!
Oh no!
Ah! Hocus Pocus mask, on!
Hologram?
That's right, Prime, but I mean a big one.
We've got him in sight. Hold on, M.a.s.k will be right back. Now watch what M.a.s.k does.
The largest vehicle released in '85 was Rhino, the Kenworth W900 tractor rig. It had a number of different play features: a spring-loaded battering ram bumper, swing-out anti-gravity cannons, spinning radar dish, an ejector seat allowing agents to spring into action or remove any unwanted passengers, a detachable ATV, and a hidden defense command center with a spring-loaded rocket launcher. Rhino included 2 figures, another matte Trakker, this time with a new costume, and the Ultra Flash mask, which, similar to his other mask, Spectrum, could create flashes of blinding light.
Ultra Flash on!
Oh! No! Stop it!
And Bruce Sato, codename Magic.
Bruce Sato, mechanical engineer, mechanical specialist, vehicle codename Rhino.
In addition to being a mechanical engineer, Bruce was a toy designer, as well as a philosopher.
When the small are many, they are stronger than the strongest.
Hey, Bruce, I almost understood that.
Bruce came with the Lifter mask, capable of levitating objects, even huge ones like Rhino itself.
Lifter beam on.
When they weren't out fighting agents of Venom, the M.a.s.k agents parked their vehicles at Boulder Hill,
M.a.s.k headquarters.
the gas service station that transformed into a defense bunker.
Prepare for defense mode.
There's a lot going on with this one, and for a more in-depth look, check out my review on Boulder Hill. But in short, the boulder on the top of the hill can be removed, revealing an anti-aircraft turret. A curved armored wall could slide out, and another armored wall could flip down. The gas pumps revealed hidden lasers, as well as the sign. Brad could land Condor in its helicopter mode on the helipad, and a trapdoor could drop baddies into the jail cell. It took 2 agents to run this station. Included were Alex Sector, the veterinarian and pet store owner. He was also a computer expert, codename Megabyte. His mask was Jackrabbit, which allowed him to levitate.
Jackrabbit on.
When he wasn't manning the station, on the show Alex was often the 3rd member of the Rhino crew, tapping away at the keyboard in the defense center.
Alex Sector, computer and communications expert, Rhino systems commander.
Boulder Hill's other crew member was Buddy Hawks, codename Clutch. No secret identity for Buddy. He ran Boulder Hill and serviced the M.a.s.k vehicles. On the show, when he wasn't pumping gas or washing cars, he was often Hondo's co-pilot in Firecracker.
Buddy Hawks, master of disguise, intelligence expert, Firecracker co-pilot.
Buddy was equipped with a penetrator mask which allowed him to pass through walls, or allowed potentially dangerous objects to pass through him.
Stiletto fire. Penetrator on. Penetrator on.
What the heck is that?
That is T-Bob, short for Thingamabob. If you've seen M.a.s.k.
M.a.s.k? No, I don't know anyone named M.a.s.k. I used to know somebody named Marvin, but he doesn't live around here.
I'm sure you remember him. He's impossible to forget.
Excuse me, do you know when the next bus to Denver will be coming by this way?
Is this your idea of a joke, Mayhem?
For those not familiar with M.a.s.k, though, if you're familiar with Transformers Season 3, Wheelie, same energy.
Don't you want your...
According to a letters page in the UK M.a.s.k comics, Alex Sector is responsible for this. T-Bob transforms from a robot to a scooter and included Matt Trakker's son, Daniel. Oh, sorry, Scott.
T-Bob, go to motor scooter mode.
The Daniel and Wheelie of M.a.s.k, Scott and T-Bob are often in the wrong place at the wrong time and cause more headaches than help.
I don't know if stowing away on this mission was such a hot idea.
For once, I agree with you.
Often testing his loving father's patience to the extreme.
I don't know whether to hug you or spank you.
And those headaches were often exacerbated by the deadly effects of Venom. Vicious, evil network of mayhem, that is.
All right, Mayhem, let's hit this show on the road!
Venom had 3 vehicles released in the initial year. Switchblade was a helicopter that could convert into a jet fighter.
Full metal mode.
Equipped with a quartet of pop-out lasers and a firing missile. The pilot was the dastardly leader of Venom, Miles Mayhem, codename Wolf. Miles included the Viper mask, sometimes referred to as the sniper mask on the show. It could fire streams of corrosive acid.
Viper on!
Not a very cordial welcome.
Viper on!
While he's just a typical cartoon villain on the show, in the comics he had a much darker side. Miles helped the Trakker brothers, Matt and Andy, develop the tech behind m.a.s.k, but then Miles killed Andy Trakker and stole half of the tech to create Venom. Miles was backed up by Jackhammer, a Ford Bronco.
Oh no!
When converted into attack mode, Jackhammer got armored up and revealed front machine guns as well as a rear machine gun turret. It was driven by Cliff Dagger, codename Blaster, which was the name of Hondo's mask that same year, plus the name of a Transformer release that same year by Hasbro. Dagger's mask was Torch, which was, you guessed it, a flamethrower.
Pork chop sandwiches!
Torch!
Oh, get the f*** out of here!
And finally for Venom was Piranha, a motorcycle with a sidecar that converted into a submarine. It had a pair of lasers that popped out when the submarine was ejected.
This ought to slow you down.
The figure included was Sly Rax, codename Wrecker. He wore the stiletto mask,
Stiletto, fire!
which could shoot an infinite number of darts, since it was able to convert the dust in the air into projectiles.
Stiletto, fire!
Along with the toys came a whole slew of promotional material. The first episode of the Deke animated series, titled The Death Stone, aired on September 30th, 1985. And for a Deke show, it actually looked really good.
I don't believe it!
Yeah, this was a few years before they really embraced the motto of do it cheap, as Buzz Dixon says. A staggering 65 episodes aired for the remainder of the year, with the final episode of Season 1 airing December 27th, 1985. Each one introduced by one of the best 80s intro theme songs of all.
Crusaders working overtime, fighting crime, fighting crime!
And capped off with a G.I. Joe style public service announcement to keep kids safe.
Before I drive off, I always buckle my seatbelt. I want to be safe.
I wonder if there was one that told kids not to eat their toys.
Delicious.
Like Kenner's other toy line that would be released the following year, Centurions, closer attention was paid to ammunition supplies and vehicle damage than on other shows. Thunderhawk actually gets destroyed a few times. But is presumably rebuilt by the next episode. Firecracker also gets destroyed in the episode A Matter of Gravity.
Matt, do you read? I'm in one bad squeeze play.
One M.a.s.k agent that was featured regularly in the show but didn't get a toy line in the initial year was Gloria Baker.
Gloria Baker, champion race driver, black belt in Kung Fu, vehicle code name Shark.
Shark never got a Kenner toy in the original M.a.s.k line, but they did make a Gloria figure in 1988 with a different color scheme, included with a white car, trading up from a Porsche to a Lamborghini with Stiletto. This toy line liked to reuse a lot of names. Comics were another way to enjoy M.a.s.k any day, any time when the show wasn't airing on TV. 3 mini-comics were included with the toys that revealed the origin of M.a.s.k and Venom. DC Comics also published a 4-issue limited series starting in December of '85, followed by a 9-issue run that would begin in '87. And like G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Masters of the Universe, tons of other non-toy or comic memorabilia. a watch, laser light mask, AM/FM radio, Viewmaster, Halloween costume, kite, dinner tray, lunchbox, thermos, a camping tent that looked like Rhino.
Not bad.
Party plates, cups, and napkins, a sleeping bag, underwear, socks, shoes, clothing, a duffel bag, big wheel tricycle, electric racing set, bed sheets, blanket, trash cans, storybooks, coloring books, a board game by Parker Brothers, and that's the history of Kenner's Mask 1985 edition, the first series. Whew!
You haven't seen the last of me, Mask. Just wait.
That's right, M.a.s.k would endure up to a Series 4, so I'll be back with 3 more installments of the history of M.a.s.k down the road.
M.a.s.k may have won the battle, but the war goes on. Next time, the victory will be mine!
Till then, good night, good luck, God bless, and
Nerdmas Day on!
Thank you to everyone who's a member of my Patreon, affectionately known as the Patreon Tribe. In order from longest standing members to newest. Thank you Luke, Scott, Chris, ZZ, Eric, Scott, Adam, Dominic, Brian, John, A John B, Rad Retro, Judson, Matt, Thomas, Mr. Tinman Pin, Any Gold Ranger, Krishna, Christopher, John, Sean, Iron Lords Podcast, Clave, Dane, Cameron, Stray Fox, Jason, Brian, Anthony, Melvor, Tristan, Jace1701, Adam, Michael, Maddie, Jason, Carlos, Steve, Ford Lover 68, Mark, Micah, Mate, Obi, Avery, Sean, Audie, Bob, Logan, Michael, Quanoman, Jason, Christopher, Linda, Gaz, Jason, Derek, Robert, Tim, Joshua, Anthony, Mark, Stuart, Alex, Stuart, TJ, Matthew, Ashley, Stephanie, Jack, Hubert, David, Stephen, Greg, Sean, Scott, Christopher, Joseph, Ray, Tom Ericus, Bill, Ali Devil, Hans, Bear, Ninja, Christopher, Nevitz, Bobby, Scorpio, Matthew, Kelly, Justin, Ryan, Chaka, Michael, E-Boss, Chase, Gridiron Studios, Seth, John, Griffpool, and Dan. And thank you to every channel member for your support of the channel as well. The channel panel. Big Josh, Micah, MC DJ, Gaz, Dave, Armardeep, Smarten Up, Marcus, Dynamite, Trevor, Stephanie, Tom, Scott, Tim, Sasquatch Man, Sergio, Bing Bong Toys, Destron Designs, Bo, and Wraith Mace.